I accidentally clicked, so yeah, I know what like the next line is gonna happen, and that's why the text is like this. Well, actually, I don't actually know if the text changed colors or not. I can't. It's kind of hard to tell, honestly. But either way, like I said, I accidentally clicked before I started recording, so that's why well, that's why I just wanted to let you guys know, basically. But don't worry, it was just the next line. That's all. It's the only thing I know ahead of time now. So, and it wasn't anything that big of a deal either. Like, the line wasn't anything that mattered at all. So don't worry about that. I just want to let you guys know. But yeah, we're good. So anyway, like I said, I just want you guys to know. So let's see what's going on here now. This whole thing at the lookout on my apparently our childhood friend is no longer here. Yeah, see, that's the line I saw. The So again, not that big of a deal, like I said. Flippin' hey, darn it, Chinami. What do you mean I've been rejected? She is really getting on my nerves right now, so I give her nose a pinch. Go right ahead. True to her word, there doesn't appear to be anyone here. I walk a single lap around the lookout, but it only further confirms my initial observation. Apparently. Man, I was positive she'd be here too. It wasn't like I had 100% certainty in that, but there just was something about that girl that made me believe so. Dang, Chinami, shut up, girl. Like, I know what you're implying by this, but dang, like, I don't think it should be that obvious about it. I have questions I want to ask her. Yeah, see, even Yo can tell. Questions that I can't rest without getting answers to. Oh, never mind, he's talking about the, our childhood friend, not the fup Chinami's talking about right now. Anyway, are you the girl I used to play with way back when? I mean, clearly. Are you the lookout girl? The lookout. The lookout girl. Also, darn it, Chinami, flippin' A. What are you talking about? It's way too early in the game for that. Like, we have to get through a whole other route before we even get on yours. Like, come on now. Okay, time to go home. Hey look, it's the good old McDumb face again. I love it. Freaking love it. Again, hits rain down on me. Weak. You cannot harm me, Chinami. You can go on ahead. There's still a chance you might show up, so I think I'll wait here a bit longer. Yeah, you really want to do bad, huh? Sorry, I had to. What is this chart blabbering on about? I'll make sure to be back in time for dinner. Well, yeah. I don't know her phone number. Thing is, I have no way to contact her whatsoever. Yeah. The sole piece of information I have is her name. Yes, and she had a scythe. It concerns me greatly. Yeah. Oh no, it was really weird and ominous. Turn it, Chinami. Chinami keeps bombasting me with questions about her unrelentingly. No, not in the least. Darn it, Chinami. I'm just asking myself how exactly I should go about explaining her. That was all. You probably wouldn't believe it. Yeah?
何が?
Well, she's a soul reaper. What kind of girl she is. As I find myself a suitable spot of grass and sit down, Chinami follows suit. From here, we have an unbroken view of the town of Hibarigasaki, tinged in a deep orange by the setting sun. That sight is so vivid that it stings my eyes, causing me to squint as we continue our conversation. You see, she turned out to be a Grim Reaper, yeah, or Grim Reaper, Soul Reaper, Grim Reaper, you know, same thing. Yep, there she is again. Soul Reaper girl. That's also our childhood friend. That girl bears an almost identical resemblance to the girl from the Lookout. The memories of that time are fogged up, but when it comes to her, there are parts that still remain clear and unblemished. Darn it. One of those parts being her appearance. When it comes to that regard, the girl from yesterday looks like she came straight out of my memory. She is a mirror image of the Lookout girl. The sole distinguishable difference is her outfit, and the scythe that she's carrying. As well as the massive scythe she hauls around with her, which can also be seen as part of her outfit. Okay. Yes, but it deserves to be brought up. It stands out enough to be brought up on its own accord. Are you? Regardless of whether I wanted to approach her or not, the scythe she currently held in her hand acted as sort of a warning sign, which prevented me from inching any closer either way. Are you who I think you are? All I could manage to do was squeeze out that single question with a shaky voice.
あの子.
The girl in front of me was a mirror image of the Lookout girl. However, the appearance stored in my memories only went up until the time we parted ways. Her looks from her childhood days, to be exact. It would be nigh impossible for her to look exactly... Oh shit. Oh, 1 second, I need a drink. Alright, my bad guys, I had to take a drink because my throat was starting to get a little bit iffy on me. Anyway, it would be nigh impossible for her to look exactly the same as she did all those years ago. I'd matured since then myself. My height, for instance, had gone up by 40 centimeters. So likewise, she should have grown and changed too. All of this brought me to the conclusion that there was no possible way this girl before me was the same girl from the Lookout. However, that only raised more questions. Why then did she bear the features that she did? Why was she so shockingly identical to that girl?
あの子って誰?
Well,
私の名前を聞いてるの?
Yes, please. Yeah. Overawed by a girl quite obviously younger than me by anyone's standard, I simply nodded in a dumbfounded fashion.
私の名前はメア.
Mare, huh? Mare.
これでいい?
You know, I'm actually starting to have my doubts about whether she is our childhood friend or not. Like, maybe she is somebody different. I don't know, it does feel kind of, like hard to tell, honestly. Dang, this game is really interesting. Like, already, like, usually it could be obvious, but it's not. It's actually really hard to tell whether they are the same person or not. Dang, I'm heavily intrigued. Or was it a different name from the Lookout girl? Oh. Well, I guess that was my question, huh? Far from it, in fact. Her name didn't even sound Japanese. So do I assume she's a different girl entirely from the Lookout girl? I don't know. It's actually really hard to tell. Shit, dude, the fuck? For a moment, I entertained the possibility of her being a foreigner, but her fluent, natural-sounding Japanese made me throw that idea quickly out. Then again, I guess it was entirely plausible for a foreigner to be fluent in Japanese. But really, all that wasn't important right now, in the first place. She wasn't the Lookout girl I wanted to see. She only matched her in looks? Still, the fact remained that their resemblance was simply too uncanny. I couldn't possibly shrug it off as mere coincidence. I once heard something like, each person has 3 doppelgangers somewhere in the world, but still. The doppelgangers thing? Flipping it at it, dude. Sure, what is it? As Mare turned around to face me directly, her scythe's silvery blade graphically reflected the starlight. Yes, that's me. Yeah? Okay. She gave a light nod. What she just said raised a question. If she was a different girl from the lookout girl I knew, then how come she knew my name? Good question. Can I ask you something? She sounds the same too. How do you know my name? Wait, so she is the lookout girl? That remark sealed any doubts. Maybe she wasn't the lookout girl, but at the very least, she knew me from my childhood days. I mean, who else could she be? I'm so confused. She knew what my voice used to sound like when I was younger. So you know me, huh? Where do you and I meet? Dang, fuck. You've been waiting for me? What reason? Huh. So you really are. I knew in my mind that it couldn't be, but everything else pointed to that being the case. What was this feeling? My heart was far from calming down. It was beating faster and faster by the second. I shook my head. Emphatically, I told myself repeatedly to just take deep breaths. If I had any sort of composure, I couldn't possibly think straight. You said you've been waiting for me. Since when exactly? That face though. The Benader in it, dude. How many years ago exactly? Darn it. Let's just say, hypothetically, it was 7 years ago. How old would you have been then? How old... Wait, what? How old would... Yeah, okay, how old would it... Wait, oh no, how old... How old would you have been... Oh yeah, no, okay. Sorry, I don't know why that tripped me up. How old would you have been then? Okay. That's awkward. What? Lol. I didn't think that though, but... Lol. Hold on a second. Okay, so what did you just say? She didn't have an age? Yeah, the fuck. That's really strange, woman. Fuck. No age? But what does that even mean? I'd really appreciate it if you could explain that in a more serviceable way. Thank you very much, please. She's just ageless, I guess. I mean, something like you don't age because you're a Grim Reaper, for instance? I think she just straight up doesn't have an age. That was something that sprung to mind due to the outfit of the girl in front of me. Of Mare. Seeming like she was ruminating over whether or not she was, Mare pensively repeated it to herself. Are you not a Soul Reaper? Grim Reaper or whatever? I'm just gonna say Soul Reaper. But are you not a Soul Reaper? Like what are you? What's the scythe then? Like the fuck? She accepted being one, somewhat readily. So basically, you don't age because you're a Grim Reaper. Because of that, your appearance hasn't changed since we last met? Seems so. The fuck? But, I mean, are you really a Grim Reaper? Lol. Does that mean that Grim Reaper? At this point, I started to feel like I was having a philosophical debate or something. Oh, I see. I don't think I see. The potato in it. I now finally felt like I understood what she'd been trying to say. Okay, never mind, I guess I do. Is that a Grim Reaper cosplay? Never mind, I don't. There's Grim Reaper characters in anime and such, but you wanted me to know that you aren't cosplaying as any of those. But you're actually your own character. I guess you could call it a form of individuality, basically. Right? Well, it's not a coincidence. I could say the same about you. That scythe is artificial, isn't it? Darn it, Mare. It's not a real one, though, right? But I mean, surely it isn't actually sharp enough to cut, right? Okay. She declared so with confidence. No, thank you. Wait, hold up. I'd really not like to end seriously cut by that thing. No, I do not. Thank you very much. It'd make you a real Grim Reaper if I ended up dying from that, right? So you are, okay. You were very vague about it, so I was confused. She got huffy. She had finally revealed an expression befitting her age. She's ageless, remember? On one hand, agitated me, but it also brought a sense of relief. Contrary to her looks, she did give a mature-esque vibe. His legal lolly. Lol. Anyway, the way she talked in particular. It was completely different from how the Lookout Girl used to talk. All that led me to believe that she wasn't her after all. Okay, Mare-chan. For now, let's assume that you are in fact the Grim Reaper. I knew she was gonna like not be pleased about the whole Mare-chan thing. She got even more huffy. Although she wasn't the Lookout Girl, how Mare said that just now completely resembled her. But it's not like you're actually older than me, right? I mean, you said you were ageless, so... Okay then. I know I already asked you this a little while ago, but how old are you? Which school do you attend? Hey, that's some bullshit, because if you play Saku, well, no spoilers, but yeah. I mean, hey, what about, Bleach? Ichigo's a substitute Soul Reaper, he goes to school, so ha. Where are your mom and dad at? No matter what I asked, I was essentially getting the same reply. Okay then, let's assume all of that is true and go on. What are you doing here? Did you? I don't remember. We talked about a lot of random shit. The corners of her mouth went up. Her face showed in a way, a bewitching smile that didn't quite fit her childlike looks. Oh, cool. For what purpose? You mean the promise to reunite with me? Mare said so decisively. What? Hello? Help? Help? Well, it's a very nice and positive Grim Reaper compared to, you know, what they usually reap. What they usually supposed to reap.
ちゃんの悪も狩る?
Apparently. I don't know what that means, but alright then. Yeah, apparently.
それってどういう意味?
I have absolutely no idea. That was what I wanted to know too.
お兄ちゃん、それからどうしたの?
I had a lot more questions pop up in my mind, but she disappeared. Darn it. What did I darn it? Well, I suppose. At that time, my surroundings suddenly grew darker. Immediately after, I began to notice the clouds that covered the stars up. She was already out of sight. She just vanished into thin air without even a word of goodbye. I could also think of that as similar to the situation when the lookout girl had kissed me on my forehead. Another resemblance. That time when I counted to 60 with my eyes closed, only to find she was gone when I opened them. Anyhow, the gist of what I'm getting at is, if I leave out all that Grim Reaper stuff from the equation, practically every aspect about her is strangely identical to the lookout girl.
それで、また会いたいと思ったの?
Yeah.
死神の格好した電波の子なのに?
The Grim Reaper costume wearing nut job. Darn it, Chinami. Lol. She sure doesn't mince her words.
大体その目あって子、お兄ちゃんが会いたかった女の子とは別人なんだよね?
From a logical standpoint, yeah.
お兄ちゃん浮気はダメだよ。するならむしろもっと身近な子に目を向けるべきだとちなみは思うな。
Chinami, I know what you're getting at here. Look what I done it, woman. Well, there aren't any girls I'm particularly close with. Little sister, Chinami. As I check the time on my cell phone, I note that it's about time to head back. I like how he just ignores it. He just completely ignores her saying all this stuff, like... Oh my gosh, he's making it blatantly obvious. Like, dang, Chinami, I think you can make it more obvious if you tried, woman. It being July, the days are longer, but I guess this place being no exception to the fact that the hue of the sky transitions from orange to deep blue before long. Let's go on home. Aunt China's probably waiting. I urge on the now sullen Chinami. So I made you tag along here and all. Pretty cheeky considering she was the one who wanted to come. I reckon she has to be. I reckon, pardon. I'm sorry. So she'd be taken to the nearest police station for questioning. Not to mention the stern warning they give her if she were habitually walking around in that outfit throughout the day. Lol. Actually, on second thought, you just get flat out arrested for illegal weapon possession. Yeah? True. I wouldn't want that. I'll try not to come too often. Listen, I'm persistent, alright? Something inside of me is telling me that I'll only be able to see her here. Is it maybe because of the fact that she is nearly identical to the lookout girl? Or because this place holds meaning to both me and the girl? Or, alternatively, is there some entirely different reason I don't know of which compels me so? Chinami, done it! Why are you drawing on names of hearts? Oh shit, what's that? Oh, never mind, okay. I didn't read it when I thought I clicked, but I didn't, so we're good. Dang, I'm even using paint. Listen, dear sister, you can't just go around and tarnish others' memories. Do you really need those though? Freaking Chinami, dude. By the time you get back home, the sun is already completely set. I suppose it may have something to do with this town being a lot further north compared to the city I used to live in, but it feels like the sun is has set relatively early for summer standards. While I'm waiting for dinner with eager anticipation, Aunt Shino pops out from the kitchen. Yes, of course. You need some help? I'm up and ready for any task. I may not look like it, but I'm quite adept when it comes to housework. I used to habitually help my mom with things that would have been rough for her alone. However, my main job is actually consisted of babysitting Chinami, who would bring about a calamity anytime she helped with something. Lol. Oh, sweetness. Alright, cool. I wonder if our neighbors are like one of the two girls we saw before. One of the two girls that we saw before, that they saw Chinami and me freaking linking arms together, and now they think Chinami's my girlfriend. Flippin' A doing it. Lol. Watch it be one of them. I bet it is. Flippin' A doing it, dude. Come to think of it, we still haven't said hello to our neighbors yet. Well, do. Hey, Chinami. Is this like Chinami's like theme? Like is this song like her character theme or something? Cause it always plays as soon as she comes running in like this. Chinami grabs all sleeveless souffles in the box with one hand and stuffs them all into her mouth in one go. Woman! I don't think I'm expressing my love, Chinami. Oh dang, you see our aunt's face though? Like dang, she's like being really strict and stern, should do. This is perfectly nice of me to do. It's a form of discipline, done out of love. If I don't scold her for that, she'll never learn right from wrong. Fine. You're being too soft on her, Aunt Shino. She is practically the embodiment of kindness. I don't think I've ever once seen her angry in my entire life. I mean, that face she was making was pretty like stern, just saying. Aunt Shino returns to the kitchen. Huh. Pretty sure those souffles were the dessert. We're bringing those to our neighbors. Don't eat them again this time. So does that mean you'll stop functioning for good if I deny you that energy source? Aunt Shino's hand-baked souffles in hand, we set off to the house next door. Our house is located at the foot of Yumemi Hill, so the surrounding area is relatively flat and level. The town station and shopping district are only a couple minutes walk away, so the location in terms of both shopping and accessibility is great. Probably. Doubt they'd be out at this hour.
どんな人たちかな？お友達になれるかな？
During our time in Hibarigasaki, we lived in an apartment. It was also located a fair distance away from the shopping district. Plus, I never came to the house we were near the house we were living at now, so I was pretty unfamiliar with the residential area and the general vicinity. As such, I had no idea what to expect from our new neighbors.
表札に名前が載ってるね。
Well, duh.
なんて読むのかな？この漢字。
I think it says Aoi. Or Aoi.
葵ちゃんとお友達になれるかな？
Under no circumstances, call them Aoi-chan. That's just plain rude to call someone your very first time meeting them.
それは難しいよ、お兄ちゃん。ちなみに生涯の目標は友達1000人作ることで、相手が老若男女に限らず、ちなみにかかればお互いちゃん付けで呼び合う仲になるんだから。
Oh, alrighty then. Sometimes the vicarious embarrassment you give me is indescribable. Chinami. Chan.
その目は友達に向ける目じゃないよ。
Lol. Tuning her voice out. I press the doorbell button on the intercom. 10 seconds elapse with no response.
留守なのかな？
But I see lights on. From the window, which seems to belong to the living room, I can see a clear light shining through the gap between the curtains. I'll ring the door another time. Oh no.
誰も出ないね。
Well, now what?
上世紀の押し売りとか新聞の勧誘とかと間違われてるのかな？
Back in the city, you'd often have these extremely pushy door-to-door sellers that would make it a habit to knock on your door, specifically around dinner time. Oh yeah. I hate that. The tap water in this town is clear enough as it is, so I doubt there'd be much need for any water purifiers.
お兄ちゃん、ポストに新聞が刺さってる。
Seems like someone forgot to fetch the evening paper.
ヒバリガサキ日報だって。
I was about to say who reads newspapers these days, but then I remember this game is like really old. So, yeah, like I think mid-2000s, so yeah, I guess. Flippin' A darn dude. That's a local paper. I think we got the same paper back when we lived here.
お兄ちゃん、ちなみにいい考えがあるよ。
Nope.
まだ何
Lol.
も言ってないよ。
Oh man, yeah, I see. That is quite a nice idea, I admit. Nope.
まだ何も言ってないけど。
I love these two, man. There has not ever been one instance of any idea thought up by Chinami having an overall net positive effect on the world.
とにかく、ここはちなみに任せておいて。
Without even giving me time to stop her, Chinami rings the doorbell.
すみません。ひばりがさき日報のものですけど、集金に来ましたんで出てきてください。
Are you out of your mind? That's fraud.
集金？
Oh look, it's a new character and she's really adorable. Is this Aoi? Is this Aoi? Oh shit, I forgot about that. Return. I wanted to see her sprite. It's just all I wanted to see. There we go. Ah, she's really adorable. I like her outfit too. It's super cute. Alright, anyway, absolutely great. Our good-natured neighbor has actually fallen for it. Lol, flipping A down, dude.
あ、嘘みたいに引っかかってる。
She nodded, darn it.
引っかかる？
She sounded really peored when she said that. Understandably so, but still. Just ignore her. Good evening there. This is the Aoi residence, right? That face, though. The gaze pointing away is rife with suspicion.
お名前なんて言いますか？葵ちゃんって呼んでいいですか？
Understandable suspicion. Also, flippin' A. Darn it, Chinami. Good job, look what you did. Our neighbor then does a complete 180. Wait, please don't go. We're your new neighbors. We just moved in yesterday.
さっき集金って言ったのに。
Yeah, we lied. That was just, you know.
騙される方が悪いんですよ。
Chinami! Don't say that. We're trying to make friends. Well, so, weren't you trying to make friends? Like, you're not gonna be able to color Ari-chan of that kind of attitude. I'm just saying. Our neighbor turns around once again.
お兄ちゃん、これでこのスフレはちなみのものだよ。
Done it, Chinami! Nobody gave you permission to speak. I dig one of my fingers into her back.
そこはダメダメ。ちなみの弱いところだから、とてもダメなの、お兄ちゃん。
What could I do, Chinami?
最近のセールスって怖い。
We're your neighbors, not salesmen. Seeing Chinami arrive in agony, our neighbor is staring at her with a disturbed look. Oh man, flippin' dude. Sorry about that subscription fee thing. You have to excuse my dim-witted little sister over here. She's not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed, if you know what I mean. Having offered my apology, I pass her the box with the souffles. Feel free to eat these together with your family.
新聞の更新のおまけ？
No. No, nothing to do with that. Just a little greeting gift, you know? We moved into the house next door. Her gaze still contains slight suspicion, but she decides to accept the box of souffles from me. Well, we'll be going then. Sorry to disturb you at this hour.
お兄ちゃん、早くその指どけて。じゃないとちなみ、ダメになっちゃう。おかしくなっちゃう。
Dang, my finger's still on her back. Dang, dude. Fuck.
変な人。
Well. Oh yes, I know what you mean. I have to deal with this thing daily.
頑張ってください。
Lol. Get wrecked, Chinami. Our neighbor goes back inside her house. Perfecto. Looks like my plan to write you off as an abnormal freak to make myself appear at least somewhat decent in comparison went by flawlessly. Was that my actual plan to fuck?
ちなみ出しに使われたの？
Lol. What dignity, Chinami. With this, her first impression of me can hardly be any better.
ちなみの第一印象は最悪だよ。
Was that actually my plan? Dang, I'm a genius. Enough moping. Time to go home, Chinami.
あの子と友達になれないどころか同情されちゃったらお兄ちゃんのせいだからね。
Knowing you, I don't think there's much to worry about. Well, I mean, while you weren't able to hit 1,000 friends at your previous school, you made it all the way to impressive 100. Let's get going. Aunt Chino's waiting. A smile on her face. She latches onto my arm. Darn it, Chinami doing this again. The quite little feast Aunt Chino has prepared far surpasses the amount of food 2 people are capable of eating. I'm seriously worried we won't manage to finish all of it, but Aunt Chino reassures us with a smile on her face that there isn't any need to force ourselves to eat everything. Chinami, despite that, puts her best effort into clearing every plate on the table. Aunt Chino's cooking tastes just like her mom's. Every so often, Chinami gets this look on her face like she's about to burst into tears. But it doesn't take long for her to break into a big smile again and single-mindedly shovel food into her mouth. Darn it, Chinami. Usually, I'd have reminded her to keep it in moderation, unless she wanted to get fat, but this time, I just can't bring myself to say anything. All I do is give the many different dishes lined up in front of me my undivided attention likewise, savoring each and every one of them. I relish in my memories of Mom and Aunt Shino's kindness.
もうダメ。ちなみ死んじゃうかも。
And thus, Chinami, who hasn't spared a single crumb on any of the plates, is now terribly groggy.
どうぞちなみちゃん、お茶が入ったのよ。
If you're that full, you could just leave the tea for later.
今日のちなみはいつ ものちなみと違うんだから。
The way I see it, she's just being her usual self. It doesn't think more than 5 seconds ahead.
しおちゃんもどうぞ。
Oh, thanks. Just what I need right now.
私、ちょっと仕事の方に戻るわね。何かあったらいつでも呼んでね。
Apparently having finished the dishes already as well, Aunt Shino goes back to her office. She works as a picture book author, and as such does most of her work from home, but apparently, whenever a deadline approaches, she tends to shut herself in her workroom, like now. Oh dang, she's a picture book author? That's awesome! I love writing. I love to write, so Aunt Shino being a picture book author is really interesting and cool to me, so yeah. I like Aunt Shino. I can't possibly thank her enough for taking time out of her busy schedule to prepare such a lavish feast to celebrate our moving in.
胃のわずかな隙間に熱いお茶がいい具合に染み渡るよ。
Chinami, what are you doing? Don't drink while sprawled out on the sofa? That's bad manners. Plus you get fat if you sleep right after eating. I do it all the time, but I'm fine.
いいんだよ。
Same.
今日のちなみはいつものちなみと違うんだから。
I just can't for the life of me seem to locate what it is that is supposedly different about her. well, whatever. After all, it is thanks to Chinami that none of Aunt Shino's cooking is left over. What I done, dude. Guess I'll go for a little evening walk for some fresh air.
どこ行くの？
Probably to the lookout again. Just taking a walk around the neighborhood.
はーい。いってらっしゃい。
Chinami. Leaving Chinami, currently lounging away on the sofa by herself, I walk out the door. Shortly thereafter, I begin to trek my way up Umemi Hill, yep. Really, I just don't know when to give up. The place I'm heading towards is a lookout. Yep, I knew it. Just what is giving me the idea that I'll be able to see her at nighttime, even though I wasn't able to in the evening. Soul Reaper? That might have something to do with it, you know? It is currently 8:30 at night. In any normal family, a girl like her wouldn't be leaving the house this late. Even back when I used to play her, the both of us would usually be home by a little before now. To begin with, that girl, Mare, she can't even be a teenager. I mean, she said she was ageless, remember? There is no doubt that she is quite a bit younger than me. Precisely speaking, she was around the age of the lookout girl was. No, she's not. She said she was ageless. She doesn't have... Even if she was lying about being ageless, then, like, it's either that she's ageless or she's, like, thousands of years old. So I just can't bring myself to believe that she'll have gone to the near pitch-dark lookout at this late an hour. I fully understand that. My intent is to immediately head home once I've confirmed with my own 2 eyes that no one is there. I suppose, basically, that you could call this something along the lines of self-satisfaction. If Mare isn't there, then that is fine. However, the one thing I simply can't bear to do is to just go on and assume she isn't there without actually checking for confirmation. That would be akin to discarding the small chance that she was in fact there, no matter how minuscule it may be. It'd be no different from that time several years back. Mom told me we'd move, and I just... desultorily, idly accepted the fact that the lookout girl and myself would have to say goodbye to each other. I've never heard this word before, and I read the dictionary. Just saying, the fuck. Despite the fact that she, on the other hand, protested it. She tried to keep me here of all her might, down until the very last moment. Why'd the music stop? Hello? Music? Please come back, I'm scared. Help. Even after we had already exchanged our promise of reunion, she still... What kind of idea?
ようくんが 引っ越ししなくても良くなるいい方法を思いついたの。
What would that be?
ヨウくんが大怪我するの。
Woman? Huh? What?
大怪我してね、近くの病院で暮らすことにするの。そしたら、私が毎日お見舞い行ってあげるから。
I don't want to get injured. The fuck are you talking about, woman? I don't want to get hurt.
住む家も食べるものも困らなくて済むよ。
I'll be in pain. But I don't really want to do that.
どうして？
Because it's painful and stupid. Well, getting injured would hurt, and the thought of it kind of scares me.
男の子なんだからそれくらい我慢しなきゃダメだよ。
What do you mean? What the fuck are you talking about, girl? The fuck? It's not little stuff. You only say that because I'm the one that's got to do it.
この展望台から街まで転がり落ちるだけでいいから。
That's especially painful, so F no? F freaking no, woman, the fuck? Forget it. I won't do that.
ヨウくんって育児なしなんだから。
Why don't you do it then? The fuck? I'm pretty sure anybody would feel the same.
じゃあ、どうすればいいのかな。どうすればヨウくんと離れ離れにならないのかな。
What about our promise? That we'd reunite. That we'd definitely reunite no matter what might happen.
でも、いつになるかわからないんだもん。ヨウくん、いつ帰ってくるかわからないんだもん。私、いつまでも待ってられるかわからないんだもん。待ってたわ、ヨウくん。
Oh no. Mare, she's here. At night. Like a soul reaper, like I said. A whitish figure sits there, having expected me. Whitish. This is my payoff for banking on that tiny hope, despite everything pointing to the opposite. Because of that, a surge of sharp pain courses through my chest. Thinking that, if I'd just gotten myself injured back then, gotten myself in the hospital like she'd only suggested, maybe that would have prevented our eventual parting. It didn't even have to be a real injury, for that matter. Simply trying to persuade my mom by feigning some illness would have been adequate enough. Maybe I should have mustered up more effort on my part, since basically, I accepted that we'd have to move without so much as even talking to my mom about considering otherwise. Of course, however, my mom wasn't to blame for the decision. I was entirely positive that she, just like me, felt a reluctance to leave this town. The only one to fault in this scenario might have very well been myself, as I just casually allowed the turns and developments in my life to take me wherever they pleased, like pollen in the wind. Oh, that kind of hits home right there. That's a bit too real for me. Maybe it was my passiveness and not having acted at all when I actually should have tried to prevent us being torn apart. Even if I ultimately didn't have the power to change anything at all, I gave birth to this frustrating predicament. It's nothing. I shake my head. Yeah, I have to give Mare my attention now. I mean, I was actually able to meet her despite all the odds, so I can't afford to waste the opportunity. I take my consciousness, which is chilled off into the distant past, and bring its focus to the girl in front of me. Come here to look at the stars again? Have you been waiting for me? Alright then. But wasn't that what you just said a few seconds ago? Flippin' A, darn it, woman. What's that supposed to mean? No, I was thinking about other shit, okay? It's fine.
悪夢を思い出したから辛そうにしたんでしょ。
I take notice of a frown forming on my face. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and assume that was a joke, but I can't really laugh about that.
別に冗談じゃないわ。
You just called my memories a nightmare. Maybe it was just by chance? After all, it's not like you can peek inside my head and see what's going on in my mind. I'm sure that's what it was. Nothing else. That considered, I don't know if I have any right to say this, but those words of yours, it just felt terribly offensive to me. To me, those memories are something special. Something I cherish. Yet you call them a nightmare.
そうなんだ。
So, it would make me feel a lot better if you could please apologize?
いや、
Well then, rude much. A flat-out refusal. Keep your head now, Kogasaka You. Remember, you're dealing with a child here. Sure, Betty, sure. See? A plain and simple sorry would be perfectly enough to make your friend here happy?
いや、
And I darn it. This stinking little rascal.
私がこの世で最も嫌いなものの一つが謝罪なの。だから嫌。
Wow. Well then. Rude. Why you hate apologizing? The fuck? It appears that this Grim Reaper cosplayer girl is in a rebellious stage. Oh well, fine. I'm pretty used to this from Chinami already.
何それ。
That's my little sister. My little sister? She had an awful rebellious phase in the past. Flippin' I darn it. Well, but by now she's more or less stabilized. Never mind the fact that her state of stability is a little, weird, to say the least.
あなたに妹なんていたの？
Are you an only child, Mare?
死神に兄弟なんていないわ。
I'll just take that as a yes. Come to think of it, you said you didn't have any parents either,
死
huh?
神に家族なんていないわ。
So does that mean, like, this girl doesn't have a single relative? Maybe that is the reason why she's able to stay out at this late an hour. Not that I believe it to be actually true, of course. She has to be screwing with me. Then abruptly, an idea comes to me. Say, do you appear here often?
出没って私を何だと思ってるの？
A Soul Reaper? Well, a Grim Reaper, yeah.
何その投げやりな言葉。
That's what you said you were! Woman, please, stop. Stop confusing me. The only piece of information I have regarding the Lookout Girl is her name. Accordingly, I don't know anything about her family either. Both her address and other possible contact information are entirely unknown to me. Which is exactly why my reunion with her must come at all costs. The only lead is her name, and this Lookout, so... Well then, I'll rephrase myself. Do you come here often?
そうね。星が見える夜にはここにいると思う。
In that case, have you seen any other person besides yourself at this place?
あるわ。
Oh, aside from me. Eureka! Would you happen to say know their name or anything?
知ってるわ。
That's not me. Can you please mention that? Please tell me.
小ヶ坂よ。
Darn it, I knew that was coming. That's why I said that's not me. That's me, darn it. Anyone besides me and you?
知らないわ。
Darn it. And thus, my master plan to gain some sort of lead has immediately proven to be a fruitless effort. Flippin' I darn it. Which means she hasn't been coming here at all? Now that I think about it, promise or not, there was just no way she'd come to the Lookout every waking day to check whether I was there or not. The much more likely option is that she just forgotten about me during the curse of all these many years. Though, I really want to avoid entertaining that possibility. I mean, I remembered this whole time. So I want to believe that she has as well. Ugh, damn it. Why am I so unlucky? Like, how did I never manage to get a single piece of contact information from her? Yeah, good question. I should have had countless opportunities to do so, so why exactly did I never think to? Is this also another curse of my passiveness? No. I feel like I had to have asked her once. After all, we could have easily kept in touch with phone calls or letters even after I'd moved away. But the fact stood that we didn't do so. Why? There must have been some reason for it. Just think. That part of my memories is one of the hazy sections that appears like fogged glass to me. No matter how much I try to wipe the glass, it just won't clear up. In the end, the two of us haven't heard anything at all from each other since the day I moved away. Studhead. Man, what you talking about? Leave me alone. I don't really get what, but something has marked me as a dud in her eyes. Yeah, a dud head. What are you talking about? Okay. So at the end of the day, what exactly are you? Nightmares? Rather than the person's life? Pure usual Grim Reaper? Yeah, explain that. Please explain that. And what are these nightmares you're talking about? Woman, you know what I mean. What does reaping a nightmare mean? We're not gonna get anywhere with this girl anytime soon, are we? Some Grim Reaper she is. Lol. Maybe you could say that it's actually normal precisely because she's a Grim Reaper? So then, why do you look so strikingly similar to the girl I used to play with? Or is it true that you are in fact her? Are you that girl who taught me the joy of having a friend? For the slightest moment, I hesitate to voice these questions. So don't ask? Well, I want to ask. Mare said that in an indifferent tone. The scythe in her hand gives off a slow glint, as if to cast a warning at me. So I squeeze out the air I pent up in my lungs. So that means it's alright to ask once one's absolutely convinced that they have to, right? Mare's facial expression changes drastically. This happens to be the very first time I've seen a definite, visible shift in her emotions. However, as if immediately pushing those emotions to the back of her mind, she quickly returns to her usual huffy expressing before continuing. Just ends there. Dude. Freaking stuff with Mare and the lookout girl and all that's freaking insane. Oh man, and again I know this is a multiple route mystery too, so it's so interesting. Like I really can't pin it or not, whether she is the lookout girl or not. It's so hard to tell. And yeah, freaking I'm not sure if that actually was Aoi, because it had her name tag in question marks instead of saying Aoi. So, but either way, that girl, our neighbor that we met, she was pretty funny and cute. I like her. I kind of like her already. But yeah, and then freaking Chinami over here, always just being like blatantly flirting with us, and we just completely ignore her. It's great. Oh man, it's freaking hilarious. I love the main character in Chinami so much. They're great. Like the interactions are amazing. But I have to get through, I think, Asuho's route before I can do Chinami's route, so yeah. And that's probably what's gonna end up happening. I'm gonna want to do Asuho's route so I can do Chinami's as soon as possible. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But Renee doing it.